booth making noise, talking about pro wrestling on the podcast. Big up boys, big money guys, we be throwing down the rhymes, kicking it live, representing the Lone Star State every damn time. Yeah.
Damn it!
I knew it was gonna happen. I
Damn
knew it.
it! I kind of knew too, but
Hey, just look at it. Just look at it this way. It's gonna make it all that much sweeter when your boy Cody Rhodes wins tomorrow night.
that's how I'm trying to look at it. My boy Gunther lost. Well, no,
Now,
let's start.
Hands down, that was the match of the night.
Let's start from the top before we start getting ahead of ourselves. Let's. All right, everybody, welcome to our recap of WrestleMania 40. Our quick little impromptu recap that we're trying
For night one,
for night one of
WrestleMania,
WrestleMania.
night one.
Yeah, so we just got through watching it, and this is what happened. We're gonna give you our thoughts on it and what we think is gonna happen tomorrow. Well, we're not gonna get too much what we think is gonna happen tomorrow, but with these storylines that were laid out in front of us tonight, what we think is we're gonna give you our thoughts on what happens in the future tomorrow after it's all said and done. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so starting off, we had
Match number one was Becky Lynch taking on Rhea Ripley for the Raw Women's Championship.
good solid match. I loved, because I am a pretty big fan of Motionless in White. Been since for a long time now, and that was just a badass entrance by Rhea. I thought it was great. Good solid match. I mean, it kind of went how I thought it would. Rhea seems to be unstoppable right now. So what are your thoughts on it, man?
Yeah, no, this was my key takeaway. Was kind of 50-50 as to who was going to win, but I think as the match progressed, I already knew Rhea was going to end up winning. Overall, it was a good match. A couple things that I noticed. What do I have here in my notes? Oh, Rhea's hair extensions. Not a good look for her. Definitely did not. She wasn't pulling off the extensions at all whatsoever.
1 second. Hey, it's my little nephew. I'm recording. I'll call and talk to you about it in a minute. Bye. My little nephew. He probably wants to do what we're doing right now. Talk about he's watching right now. So
It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Rhea Ripley did not make those extensions work for her tonight. No, she should have just left them out. Just went with her natural hair style. What was interesting was the Becky Lynch when she hit a crossbody off the second rope to land on Rhea Ripley. It almost looked like Becky came up kind of short. Where
I did see that. I did. Ooh.
Yeah.
When I saw it, yeah.
Yeah, she came up kind of short, and luckily Rhea was quick enough to grab her. So Becky didn't hurt herself or they didn't screw up the spot. And then when Becky was on Rhea's shoulders and they kind of somersaulted over the top rope to the outside, and then Rhea hit Becky with that electric chair move. I thought that was pretty
dope.
Pretty interesting move that they were able to, and luckily they were able to pull it off really well. If I were to give this match a ranking star wise, I'm probably gonna have to give it a 3.5 out of 5.
It was solid. Like it wasn't nothing amazing, but it was a good solid match.
It was a good match to open up the show with.
Yeah,
I'll give him that.
It was pretty good. I will say that. All right, so not much else to say. I'm about with you on the 3.5 stars. That's about right. I would say. I would say I wouldn't even go 3. I would probably give it a 3, a solid 3. Like it was pretty good.
I could see that. But it just kind of shows you the type of conditions that WWE wrestlers work under.
Yeah.
With Michael Cole saying that Becky was battling strep throat, and
I did hear
she
that.
was showing fevers of 102 and higher, and like I said, it just goes to show you the kind of the physicality and the type of conditions that the wrestlers work under, especially for their personal well-being as well too. I mean, Ric Flair has even gone out there with over 100-degree fever to go on put on a match.
I mean, it's Mania. You kind of just gotta get going. Like it's only once
Right,
a year, you know.
right. It
But
shows
still,
their
it
commit.
sucks, you know.
It does suck. But it, hands down, it just shows the commitment that they're willing to put in for that kind of work, regardless of them running a fever or being sick or under the weather or anything like that. So
Yeah,
commend them for all that they do. Wrestlers in
for
general
our
for
entertainment. Yeah. Moving right
yeah.
along. Or
So
you
our
have anything
match,
else to say?
not really much on that. Yeah, like I said, I still stick with my 3.5 to 5 out of 5 stars for that match. A good match to open up the show with.
So next
Our
up,
our second match was our 6-pack ladder match, which unfortunately, Pretty Deadly did not end
yeah,
up taking a spot.
now that you say, I just realized they weren't in it.
Yeah, it was all 6 original tag teams. We had DIY with the Dope DX themed gear.
That's what that was. I didn't even realize that's what they came out with.
You didn't
Okay.
realize that?
No, I
You
didn't.
didn't-
I just now that you say it,
the,
I'm like,
the,
okay,
the green spray paint DIY with
okay, yeah.
Johnny Gargano pulling off HBK, Tommaso Ciampa being Triple H. Who else was in that match? We had Awesome Truth, The Miz and R-Truth, New Catch Republic in Pete Dunne and I can't. I just forgot his name.
Tyler Bate.
Tyler Bate. Yes, there we go. Thank you. Appreciate that. Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, A-Town Down Under. We had the New Day and Judgment Day of Damian Priest and Finn Balor. What'd you think of this match?
I thought it was a fun match. One thing I did notice, I did see one botch when I saw Damian Priest grab, I believe it was Tyler Bate on top of the ladder and go for South of Heaven. He totally missed him and kind of just like pushed his face. But besides that, like it was a lot of, I was surprised. It happened just like you said. They did split up the titles, which is good.
Yes, finally.
And I didn't see Awesome Truth winning. I mean, maybe it's a good feel good, but I think how they did it was kind of smart. You got your heel team, then you got your kind of crowd pleaser kind of babyface team taking home the belts. And
yeah, did you notice how the very first ladder push when all 3 ladders were up in the
the second one didn't go, and they had to kind of get it over there.
But just the way that the wrestlers were kind of falling off the ladder, it was really clumsily done.
Yeah, I saw Pete Dunne kind of like had to kind of like hurl himself over the rope to make it look like he took an impact, and he just kind of and then he like tried to make it look. He tried.
What'd you think of the that little helicopter move done by Tyler Bate onto Finn Balor while holding the ladder as well?
Yeah, I saw that. I thought it'd been cool if he would like with him and the ladder.
Or maybe just kind of threw him off, like spun around. Kofi gets hit with the ladder, and then Tyler Bate just kind of like lets him spin off of his shoulders,
and the ladder comes down on him. I thought that would have been cool. But that would have been really risky because the ladder, it could have landed weird. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand. I saw Grayson Waller get pretty much power bomb onto the ladder. That has to be that's a painful spot. It's gotta be. It was fun. I was going for either DIY or I was going for Bate and Dunn. But I mean, I could see their booking mindset here. So I think we're gonna see Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne going after Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you know there was a move that Damian Priest did? I think he was holding Pete Dunne, but he threw Pete Dunne into the ladder that Tyler Bate was on. And when he landed, the way he landed almost could have if he landed incorrectly, probably broken his leg.
Yeah,
The way
I missed that.
how he dropped, yeah,
I missed
that.
that.
What'd you think about that over the top rope DDT from Gargano to
That was
Dunn
beautiful,
for the
bro.
table? That was done perfectly.
Yeah, that was beautifully indie-rific done. Like it done to done, and it's what took Dunn out. And I can understand it was devastating looking, and
Oh
very
yeah,
good on those guys for pulling that
they
off.
made that look really good. But did you notice though, towards the very end, when Damian Priest started climbing up the ladder, that referee Jessica Carr was kind of pulling at Damian's pant leg?
Didn't notice that.
Yeah, she was tugging on his pant leg. I'm assuming to get him to slow down for that spot.
Oh yeah.
Involving the Miz.
Okay, yeah, I could see that because they didn't want to get up there and kind of be like,
Kind
you
of,
know.
yeah,
That's
stalled for
one
time.
thing that annoys me about these matches. And I could guess, I could understand the psychology behind it, but you know when they're like,
Yeah, slowly
going up
climbing
that
up
edge,
the
I'm
ladder.
like, come on! And especially when it's somebody you want to win, you're like, get up that
Same here.
ladder. You know, like you could. I mean, you have your adrenaline going, like in a real life situation, you'd have your adrenaline going, and you'd be like climbing up that ladder so quick, not even thinking about it, and just to see him. I mean, I get the psychology, but it's just like they're worn out. But it's just like, come, get up there, dude. Just get a little boost. You got the adrenaline going. Come on, drives me crazy. And that's I saw Tyler Bate doing that. And I was like, dude, come, it's right there. But it drives me crazy. But it is what it is. It's wrestling. I get it.
Yeah, so we have our SmackDown Tag Team Champions being Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, A-Town Down Under, and our new Raw Tag Team Champions and Awesome Truth and The Miz and R-Truth.
So you got a heel team and you got like a feel good team, you know, like a crowd
right,
pleaser
yeah.
team, which is good. That's smart booking, you know.
But yeah, what I thought was funny though was Miz with the hot tag to R-Truth was hilarious. It just shows the comedic level that R-Truth will go to put on a great show.
And I saw like R-Truth was setting up the table like he was gonna be doing like selling souvenirs or something in the corner, and he was like oh, it was funny. Truth always he delivers, man. I'm glad, and that's why I wanted Dunn and Bate the Catch Republic, but I love Truth, so you know, fair. Let him get a little due, bro. He ain't got that long left. Well, maybe he does. He looks great for his age, but you know, he's getting up there. He's getting a little age on him, so
yeah, he kind of injure himself a little too frequently nowadays.
Yeah.
It was like he came back from injury, wrestled, and then went back on the injury list. I mean, you could kind of say the same thing for Rey Mysterio the last few years as well. Too.
The last few years, bro, Rey Mysterio. Let me not even get into that. That dude, he's constantly getting injured. But I mean, that's kind of got what you got to expect, you know.
Yeah, if I had to give this
Luchador.
one, right, star ranking system, I'm gonna have to give this one maybe 3 3/4 out of 5. I think it was just right above the Becky Lynch Rhea Ripley.
It was a fun match, but I said it's kind of with this type of match, you got to kind of understand that it's just kind of like a fun. They call it a video game match, you know.
Right.
And yeah, I'd go 3.5. Like,
okay,
I would say it was good, very good. Just you know, I mean, it's what you expect from a ladder match. It's a 6-pack ladder match.
Right. Match number 3, we had Rey Mysterio and Andrade versus Santos Escobar and Dirty Dominic Mysterio, or as R-Truth would call him, Tom and Nick.
Decent match.
It was a decent match. There was some speculation that Carlito would end up turning on
heel, yeah.
LWO just because of the fact that Ray did not pick Carlito to be in the tag match.
Yeah.
I can't remember how that went, but he either didn't announce who his tag partner was or he did and he got injured. I'm not 100% sure how that went. But I know last night on SmackDown, there was the little swerve done by Andrade where Santos and his group looked like they drafted Andrade to their team. Low Delgado Fantismo, so LDF. But Andrade ended up pulling the swerve on Santos and his crew and ended up saving Rey Mysterio and Zelina from the beatdown. So
you got some storyline there that we can go. Carlito can still turn heel. Like, matter of fact, my little nephew called me right after. He goes, "I thought Carlito was gonna turn heel." And like he just, I was like, "Guess not." But
yeah, but
you're right. Time can tell. It can still happen. Well,
yeah,
I think
definitely happen.
I think a lot's gonna happen Monday, so that can go a bunch of different ways there. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm. I think one of my favorite moves from that was the stacked crossbody.
Yeah,
Ray sitting on top of Andrade's shoulders and then doing
to the outside of the ring.
Yeah,
that was good. That was really good. But yeah, I mean, it was probably out of the three so far, I would say that's probably one of the weaker matches. I would say.
Yeah. Did you see that? What about that super Hurricane Rana that Santos hit onto Mysterio?
Yeah, so that was pretty awesome too. It had some very good lucha spots, but.
And then, did you notice there towards the end that when they were setting up for the double 619 by Ray, that Santos almost looked like he was kind of tripping over Dominic to get into position to get hit with the 619. I caught that like right towards the very end after those two masked assailants interjected themselves into the match. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be wrestlers, but it was
no. I'm talking about the little trip up that happened in the ring and setting up for the 619 from Rey Mysterio.
I didn't know, and I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was just something that I just caught. But yes, the two masked assailants happened to end up being Jason Kelsey and Lane Johnson.
You know who I kind of... I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say current and former Philadelphia Eagle football players.
You know who I honestly thought they were just by their build and kind of look just at a glance at first?
Who?
I thought it was the Good Brothers. I honestly thought it was them.
I could see that.
That's what I'm thinking it was. Like, honestly, I thought it was the Good Brothers. I was like, where the hell they been? Like,
So and then of course Jason Kelsey took off his shirt and hit him with the little muscle pose down in the ring, and it was just a feel good Philly, and
I didn't notice like with Waller and Austin, no Joey Swole yet, man.
He apparently replied to the picture that Triple H posted tagging both Waller and Theory with that, and Joey Swole replied saying, well, yeah, I haven't shown up yet, they're still, see you soon, something like that.
Okay,
So
maybe tomorrow. I'm thinking it'll be like, how sometimes kind of to break things up with match after match, they'll have like a little special segment, like kind of like a entertainment kind of comedy segment kind of in the middle somewhere. I'm thinking that's what this is going to be.
Yeah, I could see that. So yeah, like you said, tomorrow could be, coming up on SmackDown, but Wrestlemania was referenced in the Joey Swole Austin Theory video, so it could be tomorrow. We're just gonna have to wait and see. So our winners for this match obviously was going to be Ray and Andrade, with the upset no turn by Carlito from tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. There's still time for that. So.
Right.
That'll be something for him to bring up. And it's probably to do the fact because we were all thinking it was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably a swerve. You know what I'm saying? Because we were all guessing it. Like even my little nephew was thinking it was going to happen, and he was like, "Well, he didn't turn." So I mean, that goes to show you that they're probably they think that's where we're going with this. So swerve real quick.
Yeah. There was that camera shot to the outside that Carlito was standing next to Ray, I'm like, oh, this would be a good chance for a good opportunity for that to happen. Like this is that open moment for that to happen. Oh,
Nope.
didn't happen. I'm like,
So,
oh wow, okay.
There we go. But yeah, so what's your star rating? What you got for it?
I'm gonna give that one maybe 3 1/3 because that was just another entertaining match. Really, nothing special stood out with it than just the couple of things that I had wrote down
I'm gonna give it a
in
two and a
regards
half.
to it.
I'm gonna go
Two
two
and
and
a
a half.
half?
Yeah, 2.5.
Okay.
It was kind of mid-range, fun match, but nothing really,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give it kind of like, 2.5 is, but it's halfway between, 1 and 5. So
Yeah, no, I feel like I could see that getting just a 2.5. But I figured this next match coming up that went down right after match number 4, Jimmy versus Jay Uso, Yeet versus No Yeet. This honestly is gonna have to be my 2.5 star match. This one was just
I thought it would have been a
nothing.
lot more. Like it seemed
I
like a
thought so
match that
too.
we'd see on Raw. You know,
Yeah, that's exactly what it was to me. It was just a Raw or SmackDown match.
hit him with the finish, pinned him. Nothing even after. We didn't see nothing between them
No, there's
after. Nothing. No
no,
storyline stuff after. Nothing.
nuh-uh. I mean, it was just nothing but just a little bit of brawling, and then super kick, super kick, super kick, super kick. Jay hit that little running pause super kick onto Jimmy while he was upside down on the turnbuckle pads, and then super kick, flash, and match was over. Jimmy
Yeah.
Uso picked up the win.
I think we're gonna
Mr.
see some
Heat.
stuff. We're gonna see some stuff play out with them tomorrow, most likely.
Yeah,
During the
no,
main
and
event.
I started laughing when Samantha Irvin said, "Please welcome the greatest rapper of all time, Lil Wayne." I'm like,
I
no.
love Lil Wayne because he's from my hometown, but that did suck. Motionless in
That
Lights did way better. Like I couldn't even tell that was a millionaire that he was singing. A Millie. I didn't even realize that was a Millie for a
that
minute.
was
Like
that was a horrible. That was even worse than Usher's crappy halftime performance up until Ludacris showed up to save him during the Super Bowl halftime.
I think
show.
the worst rap performance I've ever seen sidebar was MTV's Icon Metallica when Snoop Dogg did Sad But Truth. the Metallica song.
Sad but true.
Sad But True. Yeah, what he did when Snoop Dogg did Sad But True and MTV Icon Metallica. Go look that up later. You're gonna laugh. It was terrible, bro. It was like he was trying to sing. It just wasn't. Just do yourself a favor. Go look that up. Like probably when you go to bed later or something. If you want to laugh before you fall asleep.
I'll check that out here soon. But yeah, no, this was by far definitely the worst match of the night. This one,
Yeah,
there should have been more involved with it.
And then
there
Lil
was.
Wayne doing that. It's all you. It's all you. Towards the end when he's doing the pose and stuff. I was like, bro, that's kind of cringy, dude. Come on, you should have just said nothing. From
Yeah,
there. Like,
it was horrible.
Yeah, kind of like he was in the area and they just wanted to include him. I guess. Like I don't know.
Like I said, this is worst match of the night. This is getting
Who was that ringside?
a 2-star. This is getting a 2-star out of 5 for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you there. Same exact score here. Who was that next to ring? Was that Waka Flocka I saw?
I have no idea.
I was like, they should have got him. I think he would have did. He would have done a little better.
So I was in the busy cooking up our cauliflower pizza.
Yeah, that's like with the last match. I was kind of cooked. I was running, throwing stuff in the air fryer, running back during the Mysterio match. So yeah, I know what you're saying.
So like I said, Jimmy Uso picks up the win on this one.
It was very predictable.
Kind of predictable, but also kind of me was thinking maybe Jay would have ended up picking up the win. And again, this is just kind of one of those feel-good things because, I mean, got the homie Farilla who didn't even know Jimmy and Jay had split up as a tag team. This happened last year Jay decided to bounce out of the bloodline. He was tired of getting pushed around by Roman Reigns, so he hit a super kick on Roman Reigns and dipped. What do you say? Deuce, no more ooze, something like that.
Yeah.
Deuces, I'm no longer
It
ooze
was.
or something.
I found that
Something
kind
along
of
those lines.
weird. I found that kind of a weird storyline. How they had Jimmy actually turn with him for a little bit there, and both super kick Roman, and then Jimmy just goes right back to the bloodline. I didn't understand.
Right. I think that was I can kind of see how that's done just as a swerve,
Yeah, I
to
guess.
to everybody, and then because I mean, it wasn't that much longer ago where one of them was reluctant to even join the bloodline in the beginning. I think that was it was Jay who was, or I don't remember how that whole went down, but
Yeah,
I remember one of them was reluctant. He's like, "Let's just me and you just go do our own thing," and then eventually they both ended up falling in line.
Yeah.
And then just what happened last year. So, like you said, Roman was berating Jay. Jay hit him with the super kick and said, "I'm out." And Jay went on to go just do his own thing, Mr. Yeet and everything like that. So we had, like I said, Yeet versus no Yeet, and Yeet ended up winning tonight.
He ended up yeeting the victory.
Yep. And what should have been maybe a more high profile match with what was involved. I mean, like they said on commentary, only 3 times has brother fought brother. First being WrestleMania 10, Bret Hart versus Owen Hart. Then WrestleMania years later, Matt versus Jeff Hardy. And then tonight being Jimmy Uso versus Jey Uso. So
yeah,
I think this one kind of failed in comparison to the previous 2 brother versus brother matches. So hopefully maybe we get something more out of it tomorrow night.
And then I saw him standing over Jimmy, and I was like, okay, so we're gonna get something happening here. Then it just cut the commercial. I was like, guess not.
Right. That was like
something. It was something. Underwhelming. Like I said, that seemed like that could have played out on a regular episode of SmackDown, or
Yeah, definitely could have saved it for one of those shows. It wasn't worthy of a WrestleMania spot, but I mean, I knew what I get why they put it on there with the whole bloodline thing and everything like that. But again, just pretty much just some of what you said is it could have been saved for a Monday Night Raw or
Backlash.
SmackDown. Yeah, one of your lower PLEs. Oh, and I just got to say, I hate that Prime Bottle logo in the middle of the ring. It looks so
It's on
stupid.
the turnbuckles now.
Yeah, it's on every turnbuckle. Well, not every turnbuckle, but it's on 2 out of the 3 turnbuckle pads in every corner.
Yeah, and then they had like a Prime cart set up next to the announcer's table.
And like I said, the fact that it had to be pulled off shelves because kids were having heart attacks from drinking it with all the high amount of caffeine that's in there, you're gonna have something like that ringside just pumping into your superstars, just getting them all jacked up with their heart rates and everything like that. Man, that shit's dangerous.
I didn't even enjoy the taste with them, really. There was like one flavor that I half-assed like, but I don't know. I've only drank them like maybe 3 times.
No, and I completely forgot about this. Apparently Rhea Ripley was on Impulsive earlier this week, and she took a drink and she told him straight to his face, "I don't like it."
Yeah, it's I'll stick with Powerade. But but yeah, so 2 stars from me, 2 stars from you. So it's Moving on. What we got next?
Match number 5, we had our in-ring debut, Jade Cargill teaming up with Bianca Belair and Naomi to take on Damage Control of Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Dakota Kai.
Now, let me say something about this. I don't know if you... Maybe I'm the only one that got this, but did you Jade Cargill on the walk up to the ring? I didn't feel like she was that confident. She looked like she just What do you think? Like, she kind of was just
No,
kind of like,
she
she was
she
kind of
she she had it, but it was evident she was still green.
like, I don't know. It's just how she, now, when she made her entrance, she did her poses and all that looked great. But it was on just on the walk up, like when she was approaching the ring with Naomi and
Bianca.
Bianca, when they were walking together, she looked like she was the least confident of the three. Like she was kind of like, you know, that's what I
Yeah,
got.
I think it was a lot more uh big game talk uh than she was actually ready for, because I mean she even said it. She's only been in the wrestling business for going on 4 years now, and
I did
for
watch
her
that
to
last
have
night.
yeah, and for her to have a WrestleMania match within her first few months of signing with WWE, um, of her actually, being, I think she's been under contract with WWE. It's just now that she's actually signed to
I think it's
SmackDown.
been a year
It's
now, huh?
different.
Damn
No,
near,
it's
damn near a year. I want to say.
well, maybe. I think you're right. You might be right. So for her, yeah, if it is going on a year for her, um, within her first year being at WrestleMania with only 4 years in the wrestling business, is good for her. Definitely a big achievement, but she definitely wasn't ready. And another thing that she was talking about was, how she, on that interview with Busted Open with Dave LaGreca and Mark Henry, she's 31 years old. She doesn't have time to be, in a business that has the stars or the exposure uh, that she actually needs, to where that's kind of why she wanted to go to WWE, was because they
She
can
needs to
give her
make.
more.
She needs to make a.
Right.
The time she has, she needs to make as much as she can of it. I get that.
Yeah. But anyway, some of the highlights from this one for me, um, there was a part where Bianca had Io, not Io, but Asuka and Kairi Sane in the corner, that she was trying to hit, hitting the good old 10 count on the fist with them, and then she did a backflip uh,
Yeah,
to catch Dakota Kai, and then with Dakota Kai in the corner, when Bianca did her little kip up, I think Dakota Kai, I think they should have worked in a spot where she got met with a kick or a punch or something to
yeah,
Bianca's
that would have
gut.
hit harder. That would have been, yeah.
Yeah, and then there was a part, I think, where she kind of slowed down to get in room for the spot to happen. I don't know. Maybe that might have been the no, I think it was that match. I think it was that match. Like Bianca was in the corner and she kind of had to slow down a second to get to allow her opponent to kind of get back into the rhythm of things.
But
I may be mistaken on that part, but it was either that match or the Becky Lynch match, where I think might have been that one as well too. I don't know. My ass is a little tired right
I
now.
feel you.
It's been a long day. Um, what else with that one?
I'm not surprised that Jade got the pin. I mean, they need a builder, so I can see that she got the pin and everything.
Yeah, yeah. I think that was pretty much it for mine.
So
Oh,
it's
Jade kind of had a little showboat moment, after she hit a couple uh slams on Dakota
yeah.
and on Asuka, and then Kyrie's up in the corner like, come on, like we got a match to go on, and then
Oh, I did.
you
That's
know what
what
I'm
was
talking
going
about?
on. Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, it
That's
was the
what that
very towards
was.
towards the very beginning of the match. Jade got her big tag in. She hit a move on Dakota, hit a move on Asuka, and then Kyrie's,
I thought it was just a
you know,
taunt. I didn't
she's
realize that could be
she's
the
pushed.
reason.
Yeah, no, she was perched up on the corner like, come on, but Jade's, after she hit that second move on Asuka, she's showboating off around on the ring. I'm like, kind of don't want to be doing that right now. Like,
Yeah. I
Like
didn't
I get,
realize.
you're trying to show off, but I think you kind of need to make a little bit more of an impact than just those two big moves.
That's what
And
I'm
oh,
hoping.
and
I'm
then
hoping her spot doesn't get to her head so quickly.
yeah, oh, and there was that back body drop that Jade hit on Dakota Kai where Dakota landed kind of awkward
I didn't
on
see
her
that.
side. Not yeah, she kind of landed more on her side than just took the flat back bump, from the flip of the of the move. The back body drop is the move I was trying to say, even though I just said it not too long ago.
Um,
Yeah, it was just a real awkward landing, it looked like.
but I mean, it was an okay match. I was eating during it, so like but
Right. Yeah.
but I mean, it was good. It was serviceable. It was kind of fun in some spots. I think
Yeah. I'm gonna have to give
Jade
this
gets the
one.
pin.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm gonna have to give this one. I think this it's definitely gonna get up
I'm waiting for
higher
you
than
to
a two.
score it first, so I could kind of taper
this
off
one,
of
this one,
yours.
this one's gonna get definitely a higher than a 2-star match compared to the Jimmy and Jay match. I'm gonna maybe 2.25, between 2.5 is what I think I'm gonna give this one.
I'm
Don't
gonna
get me wrong, like I
say
said, Jade put on a good performance, but she was still a little too green to be given this WrestleMania moment match.
I'm gonna say 2.5. I kind of view it the same as the Mysterio and Andrade match. I kind of put it on the same level tier. It was about the same, serviceable but not amazing, not great, just kind of run of the mill.
Yeah,
But
and like you said, Jade, it makes I get why they had Jade get the pin for the team with Bianca and Naomi. It makes sense. Would I have booked it that way? I'm not 100% sure how I would have booked the finish of that match on that one.
yeah, I mean, it was gonna be Jade. They're trying to build Jade. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Yeah. No, like I said, I get why they had her get the win. I just don't know if I would have booked it that way. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah. So,
But
anyways, like I said,
we're hardcores, so we
right,
know what's up.
right. For the most part, we know what's
I
up. For the most
mean,
part, we're
like the
not full experts.
casuals
Not
are,
like we don't go into the ring and take those bumps. That's something
yeah.
that I don't think I
But
could take.
like, the run of the mill WWE fan, they're gonna see Jade and be like, oh, of course, you know what I'm saying? She got look at her, you know what I'm saying? She's badass,
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
but and she
So
is, but it's been a while now, and she needs to be putting some matches, like some work rate going on. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, definitely something. So yeah. So to recap, Jade picked up the pinfall win over Damage Control with her team of Naomi and Bianca Belair. Again, I'm gonna have to give this one anywhere from 2.5 or 2.25 to 2.5 stars out of 5 on this one. This one, like I said, did rank just above the Jimmy J match. So that's a good thing. Match number 6. This is one that the world has been anticipating and is my match of the night, and this is the Sami Zayn versus Gunther match for the Intercontinental title. It was good. It was a feel-good moment to see Sammy with his wife and their
Screw
son.
that. I wanted Gunther. Screw that. It's just Sami
And then
Zayn. I'm a Gunther mark though. I've been watching him in the Indies. Met him a couple times in the Indies. Wrestling in gymnasiums when he was a big fat kid with green hair. And just to see where he's at now, I'm always gonna cheer for Gunther.
I feel you, but then the whole camera following him through backstage up to Gorilla to meet, running into Kevin Owens, and getting the hug and embrace from Kevin Owens.
I get it. Yeah, I mean, it was a very much, just like they even referenced it. It was a very much Rocky and Ivan Drago moment. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what they did with it.
Yeah, speaking of Rocky, what'd you think of New Day's gear with inspired Austin Creed? I felt like kind of, or
No, he
Xavier
brought
Woods. Xavier Woods, I kind of felt like went back to his Austin Creed gimmick
TNA.
with the yeah, exactly, with his
TNA.
TNA
I would have
red,
been
white,
crazy
and
if he would have
blue
had a
crown.
fro. If he would have brought a fake fro, I'd be like, it's Consequences Creed. He's back.
Exactly. Um, yeah, no. So highlights from this match was the obviously the brutal chops shared back and forth between Gunther and Sami Zayn. But did you see how red and blistered Gunther's chest got?
Yeah, I saw
That
that. That
showed
was some
how
hit.
hard the type of impact that Sami
Let
was
me.
given delivering those chops.
I love the double power bomb. I'm sorry. I couldn't wait to bring this out. I'm sorry. I'm taking it from you because you were about to say this. Sami Zayn
Nah,
reached back into the ROH bag and pulled out the freaking top rope brain buster. That
yes,
made me
that
pop.
yes, that was definitely on my highlight for this
Oh, I
match
knew it
was
was.
that
That was
that
just
top
that made me
that
pop.
top rope brain buster, man.
I was just showing it to my nephew the other day. I was like, this is a devastating move. I was showing it to him. We were showing each other cool moves on YouTube. And that was
Uh-huh.
one of them that Sami Zayn did. And I was like, yeah. So I was
Yeah,
so
but
glad to
did you
see him
did
pull
you
that
happen
out.
to did you happen to catch the camera angles when Gunther hit his haluva kick and Sammy did his? Camera angles completely gave it away that there was no contact whatsoever with the
Yeah.
haluva
And I
to
think
the
Michael
face.
Cole even called it like a paintbrush kick. Like,
Yeah,
I saw
yeah,
that.
there was no paintbrush. That was like just a complete miss on both
He said
parts.
it like
However,
a
so
paintbrush, like it just brushed his face. Like he kind of even said
yeah,
that.
didn't even do that. There was no impact on it
Yeah.
whatsoever. So that was definitely a bad camera angle call from for the production team.
I like the
Um
psychology they had going on. Pretty much like Gunther was showing off in front of Zayn's wife and
oh
like
yeah.
kind of like beating him down. Did two dives,
Oh yeah. Well
back to back.
that's exactly what I was telling my wife was that I'm like, look, this is being done so that way when Sammy's comeback hits, it's just gonna get a
He
loud
did the
pop
little
from the crowd and
psyched himself up.
and sure enough, that's exactly what happened. But it looked like every time Gunther powerbombed Sammy's back of the head hit the mat. That's what it looked like to me, just with the force that Gunther was delivering those
Gotta
power
tuck,
bombs.
bro. Gotta tuck hard.
Yeah, yeah. What was it? I used to watch that Stone Cold show on USA. Can't remember what it was. It was
Broken Skull Ranch, Redneck
no, not
Island.
Broken Skull. No, not one of those. But it was one where he would just go hang out with like comedians, actors, other wrestlers, stuff like that. And there was a show that he did with Sal Volcano from Impractical Jokers, and they went and
You have to tell me
Stone
what this
Cold.
is. I'm trying to go watch this.
I don't remember what it was called. If anybody who happens to watch it remembers what it's called, feel free to comment down below on the video. Let us know. I'm drawing a complete blank on it right now, but he took Sal to a wrestling school, and Lance Archer was there, and they were saying that when you take a bump, it's imagine like you have a sheet of paper on your chest that you're trying to hold down with your chin, so that
Yeah.
way you don't hit. So that way you don't hit the back of your head on the mat, because that's how you get concussions and brain damage. And
That's
yeah, you
snap.
just yep. And yeah, but yeah, I'm sure it's hard to do when you're taking a power bomb with that much force from a man like Gunther. I mean,
Yeah, this was a great match. I enjoyed this. Good psychology, good physicality, good pretty much everything. Some good high spots. I'm gonna give. I like this, and I'm gonna give it a good like. I'm trying to decide whether I want to give it a 4 or 4.5.
I'm giving it a 4.5.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah.
This
I'm
was
with you.
this
Four and
was
a half.
this was definitely match of the night, hands
Four and a
down.
half. Yeah.
No questions about it. Anyone out there listening, let us know what you think on the matches recap so far. Let us know if you think that we kind of maybe were being a little too judgmental on some of the matches, or if we should maybe kind of give some a slack with a little bit of a higher
Because if we
star
were
rating.
talking about AEW, you know dang well fives all day. Fives all. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, no, as much as I am an AEW fan,
We're
not every match,
Meltzers. We're like
not every
Meltzer. No.
match,
We're like,
not every match is gonna get a 5-star
no.
from me. But anyways, yes, Sami Zayn has finally captured the Intercontinental title, and what I find funny is that that Michael Cole and Corey Graves were saying that was his first time winning the Intercontinental title. That's not true, because wasn't he Intercontinental champion during the pandemic
I don't know. I'll be
around
honest with
around that
you.
time?
I'll be honest with you. Around that time, I had fallen off of WWE big time around the pandemic time. I was all AEW. I was kind of like screw because that's when they hit all those layoffs,
Right.
and I was just I was on some screw WWE type shit. So
Uh-huh.
I don't even know, bro. I just seen bits and pieces from that time.
Yeah, because if I'm not mistaken, they vacated the title and Jeff Hardy ended up winning it during that time. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. If I'm wrong, let me know, and I will retract what I said and issue a semi-formal apology, because it's been 4 years.
Well, nah, screw that. Don't apologize for nothing. Just a retraction. Don't apologize. It's okay
Just
to
a
be
retraction.
wrong.
All right.
You get no apology if you're watching this. We apologizing for shit. Yeah, just a retraction. Yeah, that's all we need.
Hell, a lot of shit's gone down in the last 4 years since the start of COVID 2020 and the lockdowns.
I've eaten.
But anyways, yes,
slept.
this now leads into our main event for the night.
A lot of false finishes. So many false finishes.
And of course, we are talking about the high stakes stipulation match to determine the rules for tomorrow night's main event between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, and that is Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins taking on The Rock and Roman Reigns.
The Rock's
Roman Reigns and The Rock, if they win, it is bloodline rules during the heavyweight title match, the universal title match between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. If Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes wins, then there will be no bloodline interference whatsoever. And obviously, as we all know, there was no way Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins was going to win this match.
You don't think? I thought maybe, but yeah. Now that I think about it, they need shenanigans tomorrow to make it high stakes and make it kind of like the whole time.
Yeah. So this is obviously, yes, our winners for the match was Rock and Roman Reigns, with The Rock getting the pin on Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
So obviously, like I said, this match is going to set up the
a lot of shenanigans tomorrow, bro.
A lot of shenanigans for tomorrow night, and you could almost essentially guarantee that Cody Rhodes will be winning the Universal title.
But did they have to let Cody take the pin though? Did they?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only thing I'm like, But yeah, I mean,
Cody, it was the right call given Cody, because it's gonna make it, like I said, that much more sweet for Cody Rhodes when he does win tomorrow night.
Yeah, I can see just a redemption thing. It's stacked against him now.
Exactly.
There's no reason he should win tomorrow, but he's gonna pull it off some kind of way.
Yeah, whatever it is that they're planning, obviously, final details won't be laid into place until tomorrow, day of show.
I see some interferences, but I see some interferences for Cody. I see. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me tell. Okay, so I was so freaking sure. In that little part where Cody told him, all right, you go get Roman. I'm going after The Rock outside.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was gonna be the turn. I thought that was going to be the turn right there. I was like, and no, they went.
I thought exactly the same thing. And then, what do you think of The Rock using his power, being on the board of TKO, kind of throwing his weight around?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of got to expect that. That's storyline stuff. I love this entrance.
And yeah, his entrance was actually pretty dope. But his little rant towards the referee. No, fuck that.
Yeah.
If you count, you're fired. So, kind of tying the ref's hands behind his back. I'm like,
that is kind of
I'm
genius.
yeah, exactly. I'm like, the ref could kind of stop it. He'll be out of a job, but it guarantees that Cody, it would be a one-on-one match, So, but again, this is all playing into the Cody finishing his story tomorrow and winning the Universal
With the deck
title.
stacked against him, it's going to make I'm sorry, this another point I wanted to bring up about going back to Gunther real quick. I think this is going to set Gunther up to finally be in the main event picture.
Oh yeah, that was my one of my last things on that one is what's next for Gunther after.
I think he's going to be
him.
I think he's going to go after Rollins. I think we're going to see
either Rollins or McIntyre. He's going to go after, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be McIntyre who picks up the win. And then Gunther will be going after McIntyre. What'd you think of that? Obviously, it was a completely obvious spot call when Rollins threw Reigns out of the ring through the ropes. Cody switched from one side of the turn post to the other just to be pulled off the ring apron by Reigns when Rollins went.
Yeah, I saw Cody talking to The Rock a lot in this match.
Oh yeah,
there was a lot of communication going on. Like, I guess he had to talk The Rock through a lot because he's ring rust.
Well, yeah, not only that, but then also another obvious spot call. Well, like you said, Cody talking to The Rock is when Cody hit The Rock with a rock bottom through the announcer's table. You see Cody turn his head and says something into Rock's ear. And
when they were fighting on the outside
with the rock bottom,
before they set it up, before The Rock scoop slammed him onto the table, Cody picked him up and he like kind of had his head close down. See, he was telling him something like, "Okay, let's do this now."
Yeah, and then the I wouldn't necessarily call it a botch, but Cody was hitting that Cody cutter on Roman Reigns, missed Reigns' head completely and just kind of had him by his big ass shoulder.
Yeah, he kind of like his arm didn't wrap around his head. I saw that. It kind of went like his head and his arm was like right here. Like it didn't actually get his head or whatnot. He actually missed the Cody cutter 2 times in this match.
Really?
That second time when he did it kind of like that long one, he missed it on The Rock. Well, he made it, but he missed it on The Rock. He didn't go all the way around his neck. Like it kind of just rested on side of his head. And then when he did that long one right before Seth did the frog splash, he missed that one too.
Okay.
He didn't get it all. Like it still looked devastating, but his arm went in the right place both times. For it.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Another one, Rock ate a spear from Roman Reigns where Seth Rollins pushed Cody out of the way. I figured that there may have been a possible turn on Rock to Roman right after that, but no, there wasn't. I think
they're playing with us right now. They already know that we're expecting it, so they're playing with us right now.
Yeah, I think tomorrow night is going to be the night for turns and stuff like that with Seth, Cody, and Rock on Roman.
But I thought so surely. I thought when they stopped, pause, and like Seth and Cody was kind of like, all right, you go handle Roman. I thought because they turned away from each other, like Cody went this way, Seth went that. I thought Seth was gonna turn around.
No, Cody turned first to go out the ropes, and Seth was still kind of
standing there,
he was still standing there staring at Cody.
I thought that's what I'm saying. I thought that's when, like, I was like, oh, so here it is, and nope, he turned around and went after Roman. So I was like, guess not.
And then the last bad camera angle is when Rock slammed Cody's head into the steel steps. All you saw,
he did. He was like that far from the steps. I saw that. His head was like that far from the steps. I saw that was a bad camera. I know exactly what you're talking about.
it was just all hands hitting the steps. I'm like, oh, come
His
on,
head was
guys.
like a foot from the stairs, and you could see it. Like it was like, okay. But I mean, it's wrestling, you know.
Yeah. So, yes, obviously, it is known that The Rock and Roman Reigns picked up the win. Therefore, tomorrow night's match between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns will be Bloodline Rules. And that will leave open a whole door of plethora of crazy shenanigans to happen during this match.
It's gonna be a freak show. It's gonna be a sideshow. It's gonna be a smoke show. There's so much gonna happen in that match, bro. In that 1 hour, I promise you.
Oh yeah,
False finishes out the ass.
Yeah, this
more than a night.
I think I'm gonna have to give this one maybe a 4 out of 5 match. 4 out of 5, and that's me kind of being a little bit generous.
I'm gonna give it because it was a fun match to see The Rock in there. The Rock did pretty good, man, for his age.
Yeah, for him. Oh, that was another thing that kind of pissed me off about. They're crediting his little 2016 little 4-second match with Eric Rowan as his last official match.
That wasn't even a match.
No, it wasn't. I'm sorry. His last official match was Royal Rumble 2014 when he beat CM Punk for the WWE title.
Now I'm gonna give my score. I'm gonna give it a 3.8. 3.8. Can I do that?
Yeah, that's cool.
No, let's keep it 3 and 3/4. I would say. 3 3/4. I would say. I think this match was 3 3/4. Good.
3 3/4.
Yeah. I think it was good. It was serviceable. It had a lot of false finishes. A lot of like, oh, no, damn. The double pedigree was pretty cool. I knew that wasn't going to be the end.
Oh yeah, the double pedigree during the ladder match.
Yeah, I knew that. No. It was the double pedigree during. They did a double pedigree.
Oh.
And yeah. Cody.
Okay.
Cody hit a pedigree on The Rock, and Seth hit a pedigree on Roman. They did a pedigree, and then they both covered him, and the ref did.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then you hear, all I heard was Paul. And then like, right? He goes, oh. I think that was cool. Yeah, so it was good. I mean, you know, I had hope that they were going to pull out the victory, but I do see the booking behind it. I do see the thought behind it. We need some crazy shit going on tomorrow. We can't just have a regular one-on-one match, Cody getting the pin clean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right. So tomorrow's matches is a quick, as far as I can remember, is we got Bayley taking on Io Sky for the SmackDown Women's Championship. AJ Styles taking on LA Knight.
Looking forward to that one.
Who else?
We got Drew McIntyre versus
Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins. Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. The Street Profits and Bobby Lashley taking on AOP and Karrion Kross. I'm sure there's some more matches other than that I'm forgetting, but yes, join us for tomorrow night. We will be doing the exact same thing right after night 2, the main event of WrestleMania 40. That is tomorrow, Sunday, April 7th.
Also, if you didn't catch our last video, go ahead and go and watch it. We just yesterday we released another video. Well, no, actually, last night we released another video.
We recorded last night and then it got dropped this morning, didn't it?
I think so. Oh, yeah. I tried to do it last night. Then I woke up this morning. Like I usually, because it takes like 2 hours to upload these videos. So I went to bed. I was like, upload. I went to bed. I came back. I came this morning. I looked and it had like a red line. It was like interrupted. I was like, and so I hit it again and I just sat there and watched it. And then this time, like while I played video games, and this time it got uploaded. I was like, all right, good.
So yeah, that is mine and Dropkick Zombies recap for night 1 of WrestleMania 40. Let us know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. Hopefully we can get this out to you later on tonight. And join us again.
I'll try to stay up and make sure it posts.
And yes, join us for after WrestleMania Night 2 to find out, do we have a new Universal Champion? Do we have a new World Heavyweight Champion? Do we have a new SmackDown Women's Champion? What
all will be
the
decided
end result
tomorrow.
be? Yes, tomorrow night is the end all be all. For my co-host Dropkick Zombie, this is your boy SP. Gonna go drink some of that Fago right there. Got some of that rock and rye. You know how us Eastern New Yorkers drink that Fago. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you guys tomorrow night.
We two loony guys catching eyes with a hype, talking pro wrestling, making all the fans unite. In the ring we swing like a rhyme making machine with moves so mean, leaving opponents in a dream. You're rocking the mic.